Continuing with our 3.4 to 3.5 quiz review, we need to sketch the graph of these lines. In order to sketch the graph, it is usually most helpful to have the equation in slope-intercept form. So we'll go ahead and do that. So I'll write out my equation. All right, so it looks like we can just divide both sides by -5. So that's like dividing each term by -5. And we get negative, not negative actually, we get 1/5 x plus 2 equals y. A lot of times we like to put the y first. And so we know that this is our y-intercept. That's where we start. It's the y-intercept. Don't do the x-intercept. So there's y equals 2 on the y-axis. And then our slope is 1/5. So we have rise over run from that point. So we can go up 1, right 5. Or we could go down 1 and left 5. And so there is the graph of our line. And the next one, similar. We got -8x plus 3y plus 9. I'm sorry, I wrote that incorrectly. -8x equals 3y plus 9. Let's go ahead and subtract 9 from both sides. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just flip this whole thing. So 3y plus 9 equals -8x. Because we're used to the y being on the left side. We'll subtract 9 from both sides. 3y equals, we put our x term first, and then the constant. Divide both sides by 3, and we get our equation. Y equals -8 thirds x minus 3. So our y-intercept is -3. And we're going to have -8 thirds. Well, we can think of -8 thirds like this, but it would be hard to go down 8 units from the point that we have. So that's the same as 8 over -3. So here we can go up 8 and left 3. And so there's the graph of the line that we want. All right, the next several parts are writing equations of lines. And the first two here, we need to find the slope. So we're going to find the slope. Remember, that's y1 minus y sub 2 over x sub 1 minus x sub 2. So we have 0 minus -2. That's y sub 1 minus y sub 2 over x sub 1 minus x sub 2. That's these two here. 0 minus -2 is like 0 plus 2. And then 3 minus -1 is like 3 plus 1. So our slope is 1/2. And now we can take y equals mx plus b. We can choose either one of our points. I do like working with 0. It's usually easy to work with, so I'm going to use a first point here. So we have y, which is 0, equals the slope, which is 1/2, x, which was 3, plus b. This is 3/2 plus b, so you can subtract 3/2 from both sides to help you find b. B equals -3 over 2, and so our equation is y equals the slope, which is 1/2 x minus 3/2. Or if you like mixed numbers, you can put -1.5. Number 17 is the same idea. We need to find the slope. So we can do y1 minus y sub 2. That's 1 minus -2 over x sub 1 minus x sub 2. So this is y plus 2, which is 3. 4 minus 2 which is 2, so our slope is 3/2. Now we can plug that in along with one of the points. I'm going to go ahead and use the second point this time. So we have y equals mx plus b. Y is -2 equals the slope of 3/2 times x plus b. This is over 1, so this is 6/2 plus b. So -2 equals, that says 6/2. It's pretty sloppy, but equals 3 plus b. Subtract 3 from both sides. B equals -5. So the equation is y equals the slope, which was 3/2, x, and our y-intercept, which is -5. Those actually probably take the longest because we had to find the slope up front. The next ones, we're still writing the slope-intercept form of a line, but they're described differently. They have a point that they're through, and then in number 18 it says parallel to 1/2 x minus 1. So remember, if lines are parallel, they have equal slopes. And so the slope that we want for this one, since it's parallel, is 1/2. So we can jump right to y equals mx plus b. We can plug the point in. So 5 equals, we know the slope is 1/2, times x, which is 2, plus b. 1/2 times 2 is 1. Subtract 1 from both sides, and b is equal to 4. So our equation is y equals the slope, which is 1/2 x plus 4. 19 is going to be same idea. The slope is going to be 5/4 because they're parallel and the slopes are equal. So y equals mx plus b. We will put in our point and we'll put in the slope. So -2 equals 5/4 times 1 plus b. I'm going to change this to a mixed number because I have to subtract it from both sides. So 5/4 is 1 and 1/4. Subtracting 1 and 1/4 from both sides. -2 minus 1 and 1/4 is -3 and 1/4. So the equation is y equals m, which was 5/4, x minus b, which is 3 1/4. And the last two, remember, perpendicular lines have slopes that are negative reciprocal. So flip and make it negative, or change the sign, I should say. So since it's perpendicular, our slope is going to be -6/5. We want the opposite reciprocal or negative reciprocal, flip it, change the sign. So now we can do y equals mx plus b. We can plug in our point and the slope. So -2 equals -6/5 times 4 plus b. This is -24/5 plus b. It might be helpful to have this as a mixed number for subtracting purposes, or adding actually in this case. So we have -2 equals, this is -4 4/5. We're going to add that to both sides. And -2 plus 4 4/5 is 2 4/5. So our equation is -6/5 x plus 2 4/5. And then the last one, we have y equals mx plus b. We can plug in our point. We need the slope. Well, these are perpendicular, so slope is negative reciprocal. So negative 6/1, which is just negative 6. So our slope is negative 6. Add 6 to both sides. B is equal to 3. So y equals negative 6x, that was our slope, plus 3. And that is the conclusion of the quiz review.